are gods, we are kings. We march in faith cause we believe we can change the world to what it needs. Stand against our enemies cause we can. Yeah, can't nothing ever stop us. Take one and another will rise up. We'll endure until we reach the end. We are gods, we are kings, demanding change cause we believe we can.
How old are you? How old? 18. How are you going to make your mark in this world? What are some of the things that you want to do? Because when you look at it, our people, we're in a low state. The rest of the world, all these establishments and stuff, you see these buildings and stuff? You see this stuff that's built up around you? Do we own any of this stuff? We don't own none of it. We make any laws for ourselves? Another nation make laws for us. When you see in our neighborhoods, what they look like, Baghdad, right? They look like they tore up. That's our reality. It don't have to be. We're the ones to reshape that.
That's right.
You see? Give me Zephaniah. So God is saying for us to come together as one people, but we have to have some understanding. So you're a great young man. You're a king. God says you're royalty, right? Because you come from the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
You're the tribe of Judah. Christ himself came from the tribe of Judah. You are a mighty young man. I see it in your eyes. You're going to be anything you set your mind to be. Doctor. We need doctors, lawyers. We need people to run our kingdom. We need prestigious black men.
Right.
And just because we all come from rags, we all come from poverty, impoverished neighborhood, ghettos, slums, lack of education. But we decide as leaders how far we're going to go. We'll decide on how we're going to impact our community. What's some of the things you want to do to impact your community? I can't hear you.
Make a change.
Make a change how? You said what?
Give smart reason, smart. You can feed me person every day.
Do you know some of the things we lacking in the black community? What's some of the things we're lacking? Huh?
Mutual support.
Mutual support. So that's one. What else? What else?
Trust.
Trust. But what are some of the essentials that a nation needs? You got some nations. Give me that in Babylon and Timbuktu when we came into to Africa, the advantage we had over the Hamites. So there are essential things that you gotta have in a nation in order to be a prosperous nation. So when the nation see us, they say, this people, they were once a great people, now they're shaking of the head, because why? Where are our doctors? We have doctors, but are they in large amounts, large numbers? What banking institutions do we have? What grocery stores do we own, right? What businesses that actually impact the community that are black-owned businesses? See what I'm saying? There's a need for it. There's a need for you to be a doctor at some point in your life, if you take that road. There's a need for you to be a lawyer. There's a need for you to work in the school system, in the criminal justice system. There's a need for you to help rebuild and reshape the damage that our people in right now. See what I'm saying?
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1.
Bring it out.
Gather yourselves together.
What the script say?
Gather yourselves together.
It's the only way to gather. We got to be unified.
Right.
But in order to be unified, we have to have an understanding of ourselves and of God. Yeah. We have to have an understanding of nationhood. We're not just individuals. Right. We are a collective group. So when the other nations see us, they say, oh, that's a black man. But you are no greater than what the stigma that's placed on your people. See what I'm saying? So you're not just an individual, you represent a whole nation of people. Yeah. The scriptures is telling us to gather together. Read.
Yea, gather together. Old nation, not
desired.
The reason it says that we're not desired is because the nations, they don't want us to be a rulership. They don't want us to have our rightful place. God says we're the greatest thing he created. We're the chosen people. They say, no, we don't accept that. We're going to enslave that people. But God says that we are not desired because we're his chosen people. Read.
Before the decree bring forth. Before the day pass as the chaff.
So God says gather together before the end time comes. Before judgment comes to the world. He wants the Israelites to be one nation of people again. Right. Give me that Amos 2. Amos 3 and 2. You got what I want? When we ran into Africa, we had an advantage over there. So, yeah, all that. Read what you got.
Amos chapter 3 verse 1.
So you should say gather together. Listen to this.
Hear this word.
2.
Verse 3. Verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So we got to be in agreement to walk together. God says gather together, but the scriptures say, can two people walk together except they be in agreement? Read.
Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey?
Read again from the top.
Verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
So the answer is no. That's a rhetorical question. He's saying, can two people walk together? Meaning, can they travel together through life except they be in agreement? The answer is no. We can't travel together and we can't unite together. Say, for instance, I work in the justice system, right? I'm trying to, at some point, be making a difference because I see my people get incorrectly sentenced. I'm tired of us being in the prison system, so I want to make a difference in that. But my brother, it's another man that's trying to unite with me, right? He says he want to sell dope. I'm gonna just make my hustle, man. I gotta make sure my family's straight. I'm gonna sell this dope. I'm gonna do me. I gotta provide for my family. Do we agree? We have conflicting agendas. I want to provide for my family. I got a wife and a child I want to provide for. I want them to live good. But I also got a people that I'm responsible for. Right. I got a people that it break my heart when I see us in this low condition. But he's wanting to sell drugs to our people. Can we be in agreement together? No, we got different beliefs. We got different agendas. I'm for the betterment of my people. He's for the betterment of himself. So we in disagreement. We don't agree, right? So we can't be unified. So that's when we say, well, there's no unity in the black community. Why is there no unity? Is it unified between men that have the same type of thinking, the same agenda? Because we're never going to be unified with people that want to go against us, people that want to go against God, people that want to go against the betterment of our nation, us as a nation of people. We can't be unified like that. Read it again.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
The answer is no. So when you read, so I ask you, what are some of the things? What are some of the things? Read it out, step
okay.
out. So I ask you, what are some of the things that you want to do when you get of age, right? Because there are certain things that are lagging in the black community that we gotta have. When we ran out of the homeland, Jerusalem, and to Africa, we had an advantage over the so-called over the Hamites, the people that sold us into captivity, the real African people, because we're not African. Just because we got dark skin don't mean we are African. We are the Israelites that ran into Africa. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna clear up that history, but this book shows what kind of skill sets we had when we ran into Africa. So now, there are no black businesses. All this, the world is ran, get Baruch to read it. All this, the world and stuff, is ran, get Baruch to read it. All this is ran by the other nations because we are diminishing our skills. Right. These are the skill sets we had when we left Africa. Read.
From Babylon to Timbuktu, page 90.
Listen to this.
The black Jews the black Jews.
You are black, we the black Jews. We the Jews, meaning you the tribe of Judah. African American blacks, Benjamin, West Indian blacks, Levi. You see what I'm saying? Haitian blacks. So the black Jews, read,
had an advantage over the African tribes.
So over the African tribes, that the people that lived in Africa, we were aliens from Africa, meaning we ran from Jerusalem deeper into Africa. But deeper into Africa. And so the indigenous people from that region, we had an advantage over them, meaning we were smarter than them. We were more collective than them. Our empires grew better than theirs. You see what I'm saying? We were bigger in number. We have more substance, more riches than those people. So they sold us to the Caucasians. So it wasn't Africa, it wasn't black people selling other black people like they say it was. It was different nations. They're a different tribe, they're a different nation of people, and sold us to the Caucasians because we had an advantage over them, right?
They carried their culture, history.
So we had culture, history, read,
laws,
the laws of God, read,
and written records with them.
So the Bible, we had the Bible with us when we ran into Africa.
That's right. This assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization.
So we were a higher social organization, a better nation, just like God says. We should be the greatest kingdom because we're his chosen people. Read.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population.
So by the indigenous people of Africa. Read.
In fact, the Jews observed some of the native tribes. The Jews made a use of every opportunity. They were an industrious and skillful people.
We were what?
An industrious and skillful people.
So your ancestors, we remember, all this stuff that you see here, it was built off of our backs.
Right.
Our blood, sweat, and tears. Right. We come from a strong people. We the one built this kingdom.
Right.
It came from us. These inventions and stuff came from our brains, our minds, our ancestors. So we are a skillful people. So when they say, well, that's a lazy people. No, you just worked us to death. And so generations later, they so tired and wore down because of our oppression. So that's why you can now look at us and say that. But we're rising back up and we're applying our skill sets to build our people. Read.
In the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings.
So in Ghana, so they found kings. Read.
Princes.
Princess, royalty. Read.
Governors. Generals. Secretaries. Treasurers. Revenue agents.
So we wasn't in Africa with bones in our nose and living in huts.
Right.
That wasn't us as a people. We were more advanced than that.
Right.
Read.
Judges.
We had judges. Read.
Architects. Engineers.
So we had architects and engineering. Read.
Doctors.
What?
Doctors.
Come on.
Historians. Language interpreters. Mathematicians.
So because math came from us.
Right.
We all the so-called knowledge of this world came from us.
That's right. Jewelers. Sculptors. Masons. Carpenters. Painters of art. Goldsmiths. Leather workers. Potters. Armorers. Saddlers. Blacksmiths. Agriculturalists. Etc.
So we had all this skill set. We still have all this skill set. That's why I asked you the question. What is it that you want to do? How are you going to make an impact? Are you going to be the next doctor? You can be the next doctor. You can be the next anything our people need. Because we need you. We need you, young men, to come up and to be risen up and to revenge our people. Give me that. And Sirach, what is it? First Maccabees 3:43. So we need you to help come and rebuild and reshape our people. Because look at what we become. Look at it. We just in a park, aimless. We just in a park, slothful. We just in a park, having no direction. We're in the cities, we're in the ghettos and slums of America, in this decayed state. When we have all skill, we have all imagination, we have all ability to rebuild and reshape our people.
That's right.
And it's going to take us coming together in one mind to rebuild and reshape our people. Read.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 43.
Come on.
They said one to another,
come on,
let us restore the decayed estate of our people.
Let us do what?
Restore the decayed estate of our people.
Why do we have to be restored? Because we what? We're a fallen empire. Right. We are a fallen kingdom. I'm glad you said empire. We are the fallen kingdom. We're the nation of Israel. When you think about the nation of Israel, what do you know about the nation of Israel so far? You think of King David, who is your ancestor.
Right.
King Solomon, who is your ancestor.
Right.
You read about the Maccabees. You read about the glorious state that we once held. Right. You think about our homeland, Jerusalem, and how now it's being trodden down by the Gentiles and people that say that they're the Jews. Meanwhile, we're in the ghettos and slums of America. We're the fallen kingdom, absorbed into another nation. Right. So now we have to do what? Read it again.
Let us restore the decayed estate of our people.
Because this is not home for us.
Right.
We were drugged over here against our will.
That's
we
right.
have a homeland. We have a kingdom.
Right.
We have temples that were built up. We have a God that want us to go back home. That's right. There you go. We're not serving our God in this place. We're serving their God. And this is in our people's brain. And so when we talk about unifying in our communities and in our neighborhoods, how can we unify when this is in our people's brain? When they think about oppressors as God, they're not God.
Right.
Most High sent his son down in the image of us.
That's right.
Because we're the same nation.
Right.
So we got to come back and restore the imagery in our people's brain.
Right.
And our children, they need to see themselves as God. Our young men, they need to see that they're more than dope dealers, that they're more than thought boys in the streets, that they ain't got to run up in people's houses, they ain't got to burglarize people's homes, they ain't got to steal cars, they ain't got to gang bang, they ain't got to sell dope. They the precious things that the Most High God created. So we got to reinforce that in our people's brain. You see what I'm saying? That's repairing the decayed state of our people. Read it again.
They said one to another, let us restore the decayed estate of our people.
Come on.
And let us fight for our people.
Let us do what?
Fight for our people.
So that's what we doing. We out here to teach the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you are the children of Israel.
That's right.
We gotta come back to God's commandment. And we gotta remember the greatness that we once were.
Right.
We're the decayed kingdom of Israel. We got to come back to be the precious thing the Most High God created.
See, the true men of God, we are not black men, we are the Israelites. That's right. Take care of us. Take care of us. And our children too. And our children too. We have abandoned. We have abandoned. How are you? How are you? People want to know who's the king.
O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father. O nation of Israel, it's time to return to the Father.
Now why they trying to make it so hard to serve God? And why when I say that I'm a Jew it sound odd? For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.